Hey guys, Shadow Reviewer here. Today I'm looking at Pokemon Season 3, Episodes 16 to 20. Sorry this took so long, taken so long to come up today, just had a busy day. But without any further ado, let's get straight into it. Today I'm looking at Pokemon Season 3, Episode 16, For Crying Out Loud. This episode wasn't great. So, you got this Marill that is pretty much a crybaby, but not in a way that's annoying. And my biggest problem with the episode, Misty. Now, in the second half, she does get a little better, but in the first half, she pretty much hurts Marill by throwing a Pokeball at its poor head, yelling at it when it cries, and honestly, everything you don't do to an animal. Just no. And I'm not buying the end. I'm kind of split on the ending. I mean, Misty feels bad for the poor creature, but given the way she abused it throughout the first half, it's kind of off to me. I mean, she did kind of learn her lesson, but it feels forced to me. I don't know. So yeah, the episode wasn't great. And you got the usual Team Rocket stuff, but hey, it's just there in the background. So yeah, it's a pretty meh episode. Not good. Not good. Today I'm looking at Pokemon Season 3, Episode 17, Tanks a Lot. And all I have to say, this is actually a pretty good episode. So, the premise, Togepi runs off with a sentry, a baby sentry, as revealed at the end, as they play around with one of Team Rocket's machines, the Arbor Tank. Get it? Arbor Tank. Get it? Arbok. Yeah, it's a silly pun. And yeah, this is pretty much the episode. They fool around with one of Team Rocket's machines and it goes berserk. So it's pretty much a race against time to stop the machine from getting out of control, while also trying to save Togepi and the Wild Sentry. And yeah, Ash, Misty, and Brock team up with the Sentry's family, and that's pretty much it. I like the way it's set up. The pacing's pretty good, and there are some intense moments. And while Team Rocket worries about how much money they have to pay for the damages, it has some entertainment value. So yeah, thankfully there's no usual Team Rocket scheme that pretty much becomes filler. The episode itself is not bad. And I like at the end Togepi doesn't get off the hook because it's a baby. I mean, they do feel pretty remorseful. That's something at least. And it's kind of funny to me. So overall, the episode's pretty good. The setup's good. Togepi and Sentry have a pretty good friendship. And the intensity is there. It's pretty solid. Today I'm looking at Pokemon Season 3, Episode 18, Charizard's Burning Ambitions. Well, let's just say the episode isn't ambitious. This episode is terrible. Okay, so if you've noticed in my past episodes of the first two seasons and the first half of this season, I like my goodbye episodes. They're sweet, heartbreaking, and it ends on a solid note. This is one of the exceptions that's forced and I hate. So here's the setup. Brock's love girl of the week has a Charizard, and she wants to see how Ash and his Charizard work together as a team. Well, there is a bit of hilarity in the beginning with poor Charizard not knowing how to fly with his trainer on the back. The rest of the episode is nothing but mean-spiritedness that I hate. Now, Charizard may not be, 100% friendly. Charizard can be brash, he has his moments, but he has his badass moments. Where they pretty much berate him and Ash, and it feels very mean-spirited, and it's not a compliment. I mean, they're just downright cruel to him, all because of him and Ash's friendship. This makes no sense. And they kind of make Charizard look, well, they break your self-esteem pretty much. And no, you don't do that. That's stupid. And yeah, while I praise the goodbye scenes being well written and heartbreaking, this one is forced and it ends on a terrible note. So after all the hell Charizard goes through, instead of Ash taking him right and getting the respect he deserves, he leaves Charizard in the capable hands of these people, and that's how the episode ends. I need a moment. Just give me a second. This is stupid! Yeah, this is ungodly forced, and it can burn in hell. No, I'm sorry. No, I'm not buying this. This is stupid. They berate Charizard, ruining its self-esteem, and Ash leave it here so we could train better. No. Just no. No, I'm not buying this. No, this is stupid. This is stupid. Ash should have taken Charizard away from this horrible place and get better. Not this. Not this. So, So yeah, as you can tell, this episode is terrible. Enough said. But at least Team Rocket actually does the sweetest thing ever. Accepting Charizard for who he is. This is actually one of the rare moments I actually like Team Rocket. Yeah, remember back in my Season 1 episode 14 episode where Team Rocket cries when Pikachu is having his own self-doubt? Same thing here, and it feels real. So, Team Rocket are probably the only decent characters in this episode. Yeah, that's pretty dumb when you have to rely on the bad guys for actually good writing. This has to be one of the most terribly written episodes I've ever watched. This is terrible. Enough said. Today I'm looking at Pokemon Season 3, Episode 19, Grin to Win. And this is a pretty meh episode. Now, before I get to the stupidest moment in the episode, so you've got the setup with the Sunflora. There's one Sunflora in the group who is very sad, and its reasoning makes sense. That's could have been the setup, and I do like that when Meowth gets caught trying to sneak into the greenhouse, they do come up with Ash, Misty, and Brock come up with a funny idea of trying to get Meowth to cooperate with them to try and translate the what Sunflora is talking about. That is legit funny. But the Team Rocket stuff is whatever, and here's my biggest problem. Remember I said during my reviews that Jigglypuff being here is a stupid Deus Ex Machina that either stops the episode or just fixes the problem? Snubbull. Yeah, remember from Season 3, Episode 8? That Snubbull? Yeah, remember that ending that I chastised for being stupid and pretty much throwing the message out the window? Yeah, Snubbull is here, which, by the way, is in this season's intro as being in the background, and why? Are you trying to make Jigglypuff look good? No. The only reason to expose Team Rocket for their usual scheme, Snubbull is here, and it bites on Meowth's tail. Yeah, that's the running gag. Yeah, no, this is stupid. Why do small Pokemon have to be the Deus Ex Machina? This is randomly stupid. No, I'm not. No, just no. So yeah, it's a pretty meh episode, And Snapball being here pretty much ruins the pace. Now, I'm not saying that you could have a occurring Pokemon character to be in there, but Snapball being here just pretty much negates how terrible episode 8 was. No. Today I'm looking at Pokemon Season 3, Episode 20, Chikorita's Big Upset. Now, this is a so-and-so episode. I'll get to the good stuff. Chikorita. Now, I get why Chikorita is a bit iffy in this episode. She has an attraction to Ash, which is pretty damn adorable, but it butts heads with Pikachu, who has pretty much the strongest bond with Ash out of all of Ash's Pokemon. And Chikorita doesn't take kindly to that. And I totally get that. Now, I'll show you a good comparison. When my niece was a couple of years old, around 5 or 4 years old, she loves having me around, which was sweet. But when my partner started hanging around, my niece didn't like that, and she was always trying to get in between us and have me all to myself. Which I kind of let it slide because she was just a child. So, it was kind of cute, but she was also kind of jealous. Same thing here. Chikorita is jealous of Pikachu and feels like she's not getting the same love and respect that Ash gives Pikachu, which I totally get. And I do like the funny irony that when Chikorita comes across a bunch of wild Pokemon, they instantly respect her after she beats them. That is legit funny. So yeah, we get the usual Team Rocket stuff, and I do like Ash's arc here of trying to help Chikorita and throughout sheer determination. It shows that he still loves Chikorita and is willing to respect her when he can. So yeah, I think the episode's 50-50. The Team Rocket stuff stops it from loving it, but the Chikorita stuff is pretty good. And that's the end of the video, folks. I hope you like it. Give me a thumbs up, like and comment and subscribe, and I hope to get more videos out like this. Speaking of which, tomorrow I'll be looking at Pokemon Season 3, episodes 21 to 25. Keep an eye out for that. Until then, I'm the Shadow Reviewer, signing off.